everybody. Welcome to Car Chat 5. I think 5 or 4. Forget. So I guess wanted to briefly just discuss, how things are going. I think today would be a good idea just discussing usually what goes into, traveling as I'm not an architect yet with the A, so an architectural designer and stuff. So there's a lot of logistics. Not every company has the ability to send out people to travel. I'm blessed that I'm in a position where this particular company deals with a lot of state projects and things of that nature. So we get to go around different states. I've been so far to Texas, Oklahoma, a lot of projects are in California, things of that nature. So yeah, I guess some of the pros of well, first let's talk about what happens usually. So usually this once first they give you like a company credit card, and that's how you book everything, right? You book your flights, you book your hotels, you book. I usually get the car rental. Even if I'm with a bunch of people, I'll get a car rental, because nothing worse than not having a car while you're there, right? Especially if it's a prolonged time. When I was in El Paso, I was there for about 5 days, no car, so it was pretty horrible just to get around. You can't Uber around using the company card, etc. That's kind of how it works. Your meals are usually paid for by the company within reason, right? You're not gonna go spend $100 on a freaking dinner. So things of that nature. Sometimes like your snacks too. Usually if I'm between flights, I'll tend to get like snacks, like water and some candy, right? Another thing to note is I guess we'll go into the pros and cons already, right? Well, no, we'll do that after. So what do I do when we travel, right? So part of our job traveling, there's 3 things we kind of do. One is a field verification or site visit. So we'll go, if it's a project where we're improving an area in a building, we'll go verify all the dimensions. We'll go into ceiling, see what kind of structure we're looking at. We'll verify doors, fire rating walls, fire rated doors, all that good stuff. We'll take pictures. We'll measure things just to keep it on record of what area we're working in. And then we'll usually talk to the client or the stakeholders to see what the goals for the space is. We'll take, do surveys, things of that nature. So that's one type of site visit, which is the most frequent one. Second type would be a CA or construction administration visit. That's basically when we're, the project is already in construction. So we're there to not only verify that they're building what we've designed, but verify that they're building according, their health, safety checks, right? We're going to do a field report that we're going to do. So we see anything that's not safe. For example, one instance we saw that there was no, not railing, but what do you call it? Some form of structure or railing system, like a wood railing system, to kind of prevent people from falling in certain areas, right? That was one, mostly in the window openings where the windows are not in place yet. There's there's a risk of that, so we'll write that in the field reports. Just overall, if we see that the installation of gypsum board, there's uneven edges, maybe they're not cutting them straight, so when they butt up against each other, they're not making straight connections. We'll take note of structural items, basically everything we can find on site. Not just architecture, but if it relates to or interacts with or relates to any of the mechanical systems, any of the structural systems, we'll take note of that. We'll also usually hold meetings on site with the clients, the GCs, and everybody involved. If we're on site, we'll still hold the meeting. It'll be over the phone. Usually I'm the one leading these meetings, so I won't have the agenda. I'll have the agenda on my tablet. And one thing I do when I'm on these site visits is I carry a tablet. And it's a lot easier to carry a tablet, mostly because we're not really using Revit in this when we're on the site, right? So what I would do is I have a Samsung Tablet 8 Tab Ultra, which is a really big one. I probably should have got one size lower, to be honest, just for the ease of carrying around. And then I'll preload my agendas, my meeting minute notes, any RFIs or shop drawings which pertain to our site visit. I'll load a PDF of the construction set, and then I'll also load any other relevant PDFs that we're going to use on the site. So then when we're on site, I'll have all these PDFs up. So I'll check whatever we're checking, and then I also have the tablet has like a note application where I'm writing notes down. So I have that to just jot down notes, and I could take a picture. And pictures, so we take a lot of pictures as well. So usually everything we find or discover, we'll take a picture that's going to be assigned in the field report. So usually if I do a note, I'll do a picture, like right in coherent with it. So there's a starting I usually write down the starting place of my picture. So if say I have maybe like a picture that's not relevant before that, I'll say in my notes, starting after picture, etc., etc. And this helps me keep organized, so I know that every note that I take is related to a picture. And that's kind of how I do it. So I'll do it with my tablet. I'll take the picture, etc., etc. That's just a normal CA job, right? There's also I believe they're called, I haven't done these, I think they're FCA walkthroughs, where basically our firm goes through and then ranks and basically summarizes the condition of the building before any work is done, right? And then depending on the conditions, they'll assess a grade, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. And this is used by the clients to further allocate their budget towards how they're gonna, what areas need to be updated, etc., and things of that nature. So that's the third form of site visit. Fourth form of site visit is like master planning. So a lot of these big facilities will ask our firm to create, future master planning guidelines for them. And you have these really big books of like 200, 300 pages, just highlighting different areas where they're going to improve for the future. And that's basically the blueprint that's used for all the future projects. So those are 4 types. My type that I've been doing the most of has just been the field verification stuff and the construction administration stuff, and that's kind of where my thing kind of falls in place. But yeah, that's how we're rolling. Oh my goodness, there's a big old line here. But yeah, that's the gist of the thing. So things that I take. So we'll go into what items should you carry or do you need, right? Depending on the length of your stay, that's just gonna determine how much clothes you're gonna wear, right? I usually pack one set or like one pair of like dressed semi-casual, semi-professional clothing. So it'd be just like some khakis and button-up shirts, right, or things of that nature. That'll be for like our in-site meeting. Usually I do that if we have 2 site meetings, I'll take 2 pairs, right? Now that I'm in the working out now, so I'll take a pair of workout clothes, right? Usually I travel with we don't usually wear shoes, like dress shoes, but I have a pair of comfortable shoes that I can travel with that I can also use for the meetings because it will be on site. And I also have a pair of like my workout shoes, which are the Reeboks lifting shoes, which are flat, slightly angled at the heel to kind of help with the sets I'm doing, since most of my sets are compound movements. That's just the basic stuff. Your toiletries, right? The things I'll carry related to the job is I'll have my tablet, my work laptop, mouse, a bunch of charging cables, right? Because you might need different things charging at the same time. So I have cable to charge my watch. I have a cable to charge the tablet, and a cable to charge my phone. I do need probably to just invest in like a tower, a little like Ugreen charging hub. I think that might even. Whoa, I could probably get that on the company card. I don't really. I've noticed people that take more stuff. I'll usually take a roll of tracing paper. When you're in the site meetings, you could lay it over the plans, draw up your notes, whatever, just toss it back into your backpack. I take the tracing paper, a notebook with a leather back, and then I take an assortment of fountain pens, plus regular pens, red, blue, black, etc. That's just in case we're in a tight spot where my battery might die on my tablet. I can just write them down. Measuring, a laser measure, should I carry one of those in case you need to verify any field verifications? What else do we carry? Cell phone, of course. I don't travel with charging, like portable chargers, mostly because I believe you have to check those in, so you can't really carry them on a carry-on. So, but we do have like a really big, like crazy battery one that we can do. What else? Charging cables for the car. Don't really carry them. Most newer cars, the charging port is enough to keep your phone alive. If I do need to charge it, I'll have my fast charger with me, and I just stop at like a Starbucks or something to get a quick charge. Or I use my watch. My watch has saved my butt a couple times where like my phone died because of all the pictures, videos we take, and then all I had was my phone as a navigation system. I think that's about it. That's all really I take. Oh, I take like a little 8.5 by not 8.5, like an envelope size. Those little binder folders where you can divide things. I mostly use that for the receipts, so that's important. When you're traveling, you got to keep all your receipts. So everything you buy on the company card, you need your receipts. Doesn't matter, keep them, because for us, we got to do an expense report of what we spent, and that gets ultimately billed to the client. So that's there. Anything else? That's it mostly. Some of the pros and cons of traveling while working in architecture specifically. We'll go like one pro is you get to travel to different states, so you're always gonna be on the move. I know my boss right now travels every other week. He's always somewhere, so he gets the most amount of travel. And then for his other half of the year, he's in Japan because he gets to work from home, so he gets to be out there, which is amazing. But yeah, that's I guess the one pro is you get to travel everywhere, see different things. A con of that is that sometimes you might not have enough time to enjoy the state you're in, right? Unless your trip is like a week long, you're not really gonna get to see a lot of things, or depending on your flights, right? You're not get to see a lot of things. For example, this trip to Sacramento, we were there. I got there Monday at like 2 p.m. right? Hotel, checked in. By the time it was already like lunch, right? Went to lunch with my supervisor. Came back, we started work to do. Worked through the night, worked out. Next day, early in the morning, 6 a.m. we're up, go to the site, be there all day, get out at 5, right? Next day we had to fly out at 4 a.m. So there was really no time to enjoy Sacramento. So I think we both agreed next time we'd probably fly out later on a Wednesday, just so that we have enough time to go look at some of the mid-century architecture and some of the buildings down in downtown Sacramento. The second thing is not a con, but like pro would be food. I think that's a good pro. A pro is you get all your meals paid for, man. So it's like 3 meals a day paid for by the company. Pretty much as long as you keep it within reason, you can eat whatever you want. Some of my favorite spots to hit usually if I'm like I think we were in Omaha. Was it Omaha? So we hit up a barbecue place, which is really good. In El Paso, we hit up, it's like a restaurant called the Border or something like that nature, where it's between Juarez and El Paso, and we had steaks there. So I guess that's a cool thing is that the being on these trips, you get to try a lot of the local delicacies, right? So that's part of the allure of traveling. So you get to try a bunch of different things. We eat 3 meals a day, so you gotta pick and choose what you're gonna eat. I usually do get like I'll do one stop at the gas stations, and I'll get like, depending on the state, like 2 or 3 gallons of water. I usually drink about half a day, one if I'm working out. I'll get a couple candies and snacks, just when you're in a meeting all day long, you want some of that sugar pick me up. We'll usually grab coffee in the morning. We'll grab Starbucks, me and my coworker. So things of that nature, they're part of like you being alert in the job or receptible. The con of that is that once you eat your 3 meals and you're broke, you're done. You're done for the day. You can't get no more meals. So you gotta really pick and choose what you're gonna eat. So that's not really a con, but like if you eat a lot, right? So you gotta be prepared to like bust out your wallet and start, paying for your stuff. Another pro of traveling for work in architecture, getting away from the monotony of the office, right? Even while working from home, right? While you're at home, you're constantly just working and working and working on your stuff. So this kind of helps you with that.